Hi class. Really hope you're having a good week. Wanted to take the opportunity to just review what's being asked of you for week 1. I apologize. I'm using a different laptop that actually has quite a bit of feedback when I record. So I'm going to attempt to use this earpiece and microphone. I know it looks a little funny, but I want to be able to speak to you without hearing myself. So I apologize and I'm really sorry. Let's take a look at the objectives for this week. Class, I'm not going to read to you what's here. You have the ability to take a look at this yourself. But I clearly wanted to point out what the focus is for week 1. That would be here. Listed below are your required readings. And also, if you take a look at, and let's move this out just a little bit, there's the option of choosing one of the two, either the Carter and McGoldrick or the Goldberg reading. Within the requirements for week 1, I want you to take a look at this website. There's a link to that. And then also there's a video, all related to Virginia Satir. Okay, let's move to the next activity. What you're looking at now is a family systems theory resource. You are going to need this for one of your activities. It is here in its entirety. Take a look at it, read it, and note that you have the ability to come back to it. All right. Okay. The first activity that requires you to post some information is here, your introduction. I'm actually asking you to post a video about yourself. Listed below are some things that I'd like you to respond to in the video. If you notice here, disclose as much or as little as you are comfortable with. Some of us aren't used to being in front of the camera. We're a little bit camera shy. I clearly understand that. You have the ability and permission to be creative in this video. This is how we, as an online class, get the opportunity to learn a little about you. It's also an opportunity for me to learn about if you're in your field placement, if you're working or in the community. So please, feel free to disclose as much as you're comfortable with, but it'll be really helpful to know more about you. Below is the response guidelines in terms of when you are to post as well as when you are to respond to your classmates. Let's move to the next activity. You are going to be asked to post a response to this particular piece, you're going to be reading about family systems and also the family life cycle. In this particular response prompt, you are required to take a look at a shared case. It's actually Anita's family. Follow the directions here. You have options here. You also can choose one in regards to utilizing the material from Carter and McGoldrick. And the other one, you have the option, and I'm putting this out for a reason, you have the option of providing one example if you utilize the Goldberg or the Carter and McGoldrick chapters. Again, class, I'm not going to read this word for word. You have this in front of you, or excuse me, you have the ability to read this, and it's in front of you now. Below, again, here are your guidelines in terms of your responses. Let's move to the next activity. Excuse me. All right, this is your video analysis. Again, this is in regards to Virginia Satir and the communication model. Watch the video, answer the questions, and place your initial post. Guidelines as to what's requested of you in the post is listed below. Want to take just a little bit of time talking about your family therapy grid. This is actually going to be requested of you to submit a couple times during the class. So if I could, I'm going to pull up the grid in itself so we can look at it. Apologize for the spacing on this. I'm going to move it over for you so you can see it. How's that? Okay. We are currently in week 1. Again, I talked about Virginia Satir and the communication model. Here's what's being asked of you. You are being asked to fill in the grid each week. Excuse me, it's not each week. It's actually week 1, week 2, week 3, week 5, and then there's an additional one for week 5. There are 2 different models, two different theories. And then for week 6. I'm going to ask you to be pretty detailed about what you are listing for in the grid. This is eventually going to be a resource guide for you. Think about future experiences where you have a template, you have a guide, something to utilize in practice. When you're talking about family therapy, you can kind of go back and use this. It's going to be helpful for you. So think about what you want to include to help yourself remember. Please take note to the listed points for each. This is actually how I'm also going to be grading you in terms of what's required. Also, I'd like you to take some time and pay attention to the very last part of this grid, and please, please, please use citations in all of your work, especially when it's being requested of you. But here on this particular grid, also take a look at that last line where it says the authors that you've cited in an effort to complete the grid. Please remember to save the grid each time you've put information in and actually posted it, and then resubmit each week with each tier in complete. So what you're actually doing is building on this grid each time you submit it. Any questions about this? Feel free to email me. You can also take an opportunity to utilize the Ask Instructor button. All right. The last assignment is not graded. I will let you we'll let you know that up front. This is for you. As we move forward, you are going to be asked to participate in quite a few self-care activities. Again, this is for you. As social work professionals, we often experience quite a bit of vicarious trauma. In order to be our best, we have to take care of ourselves. So I'd like you to participate and take the time to do that. Take care of yourself. And Widener has provided you with an opportunity to do so as a part of your class. Class, it's been wonderful speaking to you today. I'm going to stop the recording soon. If you have any questions, you know what to do. And have a good day.